Hello everyone, good to see you guys. I want to do a Santa ornament with you guys today. Well, it's 4:10 right now, and since it's so choppy, I'm going to have to do it on pause me video so that I'm not on here forever. So we're going to do a Santa ornament today. The things that you're going to need are some felt, red felt, white felt, or whatever colors you want to make your Santa. It doesn't have to be red and white, but that's what I have. You're going to need your scissors, a hot glue gun, of course. You always need your hot glue gun. Beads or anything you can for Santa's eyes and nose. I'm having a hard time finding things for his nose, but we'll work it out. Black paint or a permanent black marker, white filler, like if you're going to make a pillow, or cotton balls. You can use them, but it's a lot better if you have filler. Cotton balls are fine for Santa's hat, and any trinkets that you want to use for Santa. So let's get over there and get started. Okay, so we're over here at the table, and the first thing I want to tell you, I'm not going to move it down just yet, is I had my felt sheet, and you can use anything as a template, but I want my Santa, this one's not completed, I just started this earlier to show you. That's his round face. So what you want to do is cut a template of a round face first. And of course, I'm using the white this time, the white felt. So if you see, I used this old candle wrapper, and I drew a circle. You can see I did that, but I made it a little bit larger. It's not a perfectly round, but I wanted it a little larger because it kind of shrinks up when you put the filler in. So in other words, when you fill his little head, you know, the glue takes up a lot of the head space. So, okay, so the first thing you do, you know, after you line up your template and do an outline, then I take and fold the two pieces of white felt, or whatever color you want to use. Like the one, I used the stripe material, and that's fine. You want different colors on your tree. So you outline it, and you cut a round circle, okay? Now I'm gonna take this down and show you what we do. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that your outline is on the inside so that it doesn't show as much. And we make sure your hot glue gun's on and that you have plenty of sticks. Because I have to make a lot of ornaments because I'm going to sell them here at the home. And maybe if any of you guys want any, they're only $1. So you're going to do a half moon first. And this isn't hot yet. Let me put it on high. You're going to do a half moon first. I wish I could move this up. Hold on one second. Okay, it's a little bit closer. So let's see if the glue gun's on yet. I don't like to have this on high because I've been getting burned a lot. So you're going to put the glue on the part that is where the magic marker is, so you can kind of hide that. Now, I hope this is nearly the same shape because I kind of mixed up the circles like a silly person that I am. I had them all like together of which ones I cut together. So remember to fold your felt, like kind of fold it in half. Let me show you with a red piece. So here's a red piece of felt. So you're going to outline your circle and then fold it in half so that you have two perfectly aligned circles, and don't get them mixed up like I did. That's Cheryl for you. Okay, and then wait for it to dry. Make sure it's dry, and then you're going to start adding your filler. So I have my filler. I like to break it up a little bit And like I said, make sure that glue is dry or it'll stick. And stuff it into the little head, Santa's head. And I could see some of it, the glue came off, so we're gonna have to glue that down. So let's glue that down, just half. Remember what I said, half. And because this isn't exactly the circle that I had cut together, that's why this is happening. So make sure that it's the same circle that you cut the felt. Like when you fold it, make sure it's the same piece of felt that you made the circle with, or you'll have a problem like I am. So let it dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the glue is dry for this half, and I put the stuffing in. Now we are going to stuff it down in there as much as you can without breaking open the glue, and do the other half. Take your fingers and be careful. And just kind of hold it down. Then we're going to let it dry again. Okay, so it's all dry now, and you have his little head. So the next step is use the side that you can't see the outline, and we are going to make his little eyes. So here's my little trinket. I bought some really cute buttons I showed you the other day. They really have some cute buttons in there. So I have my little trinkets, and I'm going to use for his eyes these little pearls that broke. I have no idea if they're real, by the way. They were inherited to my daughter, and she didn't want them, and I was wearing them, and then they broke. So we're going to use these little pearls as eyeballs, or eyes, not eyeballs. Okay, and we're going to put them where the eyes would be. Put a couple little dots of glue on the eyes, and be very careful dropping them down. Try to make sure it's not in the whole side of the bead. And my eyes are so bad, it's kind of hard. And then just let them dry, and I'll be back. Okay, so the eyes are dry, they're glued down. So I went through those little buttons that I purchased the other day and showed you guys if you weren't watching. I bought all these little buttons. They were at Walmart. They were in like a little container, and I'm telling you, some of them are so cute. This is a different looking one, but look, a little sparkly butterfly, and here's a little heart. So I'm going to get use out of these little, I think they were $1.97 for all these buttons. Okay, so guess what I found in my stash? I found a perfect little nose, because I don't have any more of these little fluffy things. It was yellow. I painted it like a beige color for his nose, but this is red, and I think it's perfect. So this is what we're going to use for his nose. Just glue it, put a little dab of glue down, not too much. Oh, and stick the little nose on. It has like a button back, so I'm really going to press it in. And we're going to let it dry. So we have his little nose. Here's his little face. Now here's the part that gets a little touchy. I learned the hard way, but like I always do. So here's his little head. And we're going to measure. You want it a little bit bigger than his actual head, so that the hat fits on there good. So I'm measuring, and I'm going to put a little extra space on, because I barely fit his little hat on his head. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to mark it with a marker. 9 minutes, let's mark it right there. And what I do, believe it or not, is I hand draw it. I just go for it, and you can too. Okay, so let me make sure I did this right. Okay, I should have marked the other side. Okay, so let's mark it let's start over. Let's start right here. I'll give it that much space, and let's go right here. All right, so see how I have my little mark? So I'm going to start here. I don't have a ruler. I told you that the other. I don't know what the heck I am doing without a ruler. Kind of round it off a little. Make it a little bigger so it fits on. Okay, and then we're going to double it and cut it. And I'll show you. My ruler is probably at my daughter's house. Okay, so you're going to fold it in half, and we're going to cut it. Just going to cut just like that. You have my soul, you have my whole, you have my control. Love me tender, love me sweet. With you I know that I'm complete. I'm in love with the summer's day. For you I'd give my life away. Never leave me, never let me go. My son of love, be waiting for you, my love. Okay, so you have your hat. My son of love, be waiting for you. So what you're going to do is where you have it marked up, you're going to turn it. This is what we have here. So we're going to turn it inside out. I guess that's what you would call it. So you have the good sides, and we're going to glue it down. Glue down the Santa hat. So you're going to start at the top and do one side. I always do one side first, because if you try to do it both at one time, trust me, you'll run into a issue, because this glue is no joke. I just got burned again. And what I do, I shouldn't be using that lid, is I roll the glue out. When I glue something, roll it out so that you have more space inside the hat. So I roll the glue out. Okay, and we'll wait for it to dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's dry now, and you have your little opening for his head. And because of the glue, that's why I tell you to make sure you give it a little extra space to fit on his head. And now we're going to take these are my cotton balls. I bought this for $1 that I have in my bathroom. We're going to take a little cotton ball and glue it on top of his hat. Put a nice amount of glue. And there's his little pom-pom on the top of his head. All right, so we're there, and I will be right back. So his pom-pom is almost dry, and I usually, like for this one, little Santa, I put the filler. But instead, I want to try something different. I have a whole load of this white yarn that I purchased for a wreath, and I still have tons of it left. So we're going to use this for the bottom of the hat and see how that works out. So we're going to glue that down. Probably going to need more glue, but I'm just going to do a couple layers of the yarn. Make sure you don't cut the hat. I'm going to put more glue down to make it a little fluffier, Santa's hat. Let's lay it down. Okay, that's plenty. So there's like 4 little, you can even add more if you want it fluffier. But this kind of worked out easier. I just had one of my brainstorms at night. I thought I should use up that white yarn. And we're going to let this dry. And once it dries, I'm going to cut the edges off to make sure it has a more of a finished look. So be right back. Okay, so we have the hat dry. I added a little extra yarn since I have a ton of it, like an extra layer of it. And I'm probably going to have to do extra gluing, but for sake of not running too long, I can always do that later, and I want to put the hat on. So you don't want the glue wet when you're putting this little hat on. So there you go. It's a little big for him, but we're gonna glue it. We're gonna glue it so it's in the right spot. So let's do the back first. And just put a lot of glue in there, keep his little hat on, and press it down gently. So let it dry. The hardest part is waiting for it to dry because you don't want to mess it up. This little Santa really has I'll be chopping up the ends and stuff like that, but I think I made it a little bit too big and this one was a little bit too small, but it's okay. He's still cute, don't you think? All right, so I can always go back, but for the sake of showing you guys, and glue this down. I wanted the glue to be dry. So his hat's on, and I'm going to glue this part down now, the front of his hat, just in the corners. Keep it in the place I want it, so it's not hanging over his eyes. Okay, so when that dries, we're going to do the beard. Okay, that's pretty much dry. So what you want to do is you get your filler, and you can buy a big bag of this in Walmart for, I think it was $4.99. And I've had it for a long time. Like I said, I've made pillows. So you kind of bunch it up. And don't worry about how it looks in the beginning because you can always fix it. And we're going to go to the edge of his little face and put plenty of glue because you're going to need it at the bottom. And we're going to take and gently put it on his little face, a little bit at a time, and then kind of hold it. And then we're going to break it apart more and put some more glue down. That's why I say make sure you have a lot of glue sticks. Push it down. Yeah. Put a little here and there and everywhere, and then like press it down. Now his mouth, when all this is said and done, I'm going to draw a little mouth with a marker. Imagine with a permanent marker. I'll show you a Sharpie. I'm just going to draw his little mouth under, and then where I put his mouth, we're going to put a little mustache. Okay, and we'll add a little more, and you just keep adding the glue in spots where however big you want his beard. Some Santas don't have real long beards, and other Santas do. So just put it however big you want his beard to be. That's completely up to you. Be back. Okay, so I'm pressing his beard down. I'm adding a little bit of the filler at a time and gluing it down, and the glue is getting everywhere. And I just kind of drew a little mouth on him. You won't even see that really after I put a mustache. So then you're going to take some of the filler, which I'm pretty sure that would be self-explanatory, and I'm going to put some around above his little mouth to make the mustache. So I will be back. I got to thinking, why not use the yarn? Yeah. So we're going to glue, put a little bit, looks like my glue ran out. Where's my glue sticks? Okay, put a little bit of glue right above his nose. It's got to be very careful that you don't get burnt. And I'm going to make him a mustache. There, that worked out. That's easier really than to try to make one with the filler. So let that dry. And then last but not least, I'm going to put hairspray on his beard so it's stiff. So what you do, you hairspray his beard, gently spray it down 2 or 3 times, and then press with your hands and hold them until you feel that it's stiff enough, the beard. And voila, you're done. And then I have some beautiful Christmas ribbon that I purchased. I think I told you the sparkly ribbon, which I'm going to get for you. I'm going to use this as the ribbon to hang it, so the hanger for the tree. and it's going to be beautiful, and that'll be it. So let me put you up here. That's the end of our, oh my God, I'm sorry, I had the fan on me, so I look a mess. That's it for the Santa. So to recap, we're going to hairspray his beard and give it a couple sprays, and then press it down with your hands until it's all kind of squished together and tight. Okay? And his mustache, that makes it a lot easier on me. I might trim his mustache up a little bit. I think I do like the fur better, the filler better for his mustache, but we'll work on it. And then your ribbon, which I told you I have the sparkly ribbon. We're going to put that on there as the hanger. Isn't that gorgeous? And this was $1. And it has, how many feet? 9 feet. So that's a good deal. But anyway, this is my granddaughter's, Linda, I hope you like this. I made this for my granddaughter, Chloe, because when she came over Sunday night when I was going nuts trying to make Linda's, I did mail them out, and I hope she likes them. They'll be there by Friday, Linda. So I made these for my granddaughter because she's a princess, and I just hope they fit her because it's a real kind of loose band. But you see I have a little, like a little shoe, and on the back a little bit of sparkle. So I'm not, these are not perfect by any means, but I think I'm going to make a few more until I get them a little bit better. So that's that. And thank you for joining me today in making this Santa. It was a lot of fun, and I hope that I helped you out. And I'm going to do a little doctoring up, gluing, cutting to make sure he's as perfect as I can get him. Now, when I did the drawing the other day for the Starbucks $10 coffee, which wasn't a lot, but you know, I'm going to have bigger ones, but for now. Wolf Carrie won, who was a sweet, I don't know who he is, I don't know, but he has a dog channel, which I love. And he even, the painting I did of Charlie, I don't know what you call it, but on his video, he had a lot of his subs on there, and he had the picture of Charlie on there, and I was like I was so excited that he did that. And I saw Charlie yesterday, and that's why I was so down I couldn't even do a video. I'm not kidding you. I don't know what it is about that dog, but I spent a couple hours with him, and anyway, I just came home and just crashed. I just couldn't do a video. I'm sorry. But I know you guys understand. But anyway, getting back to Wolf Carrie, he didn't get in touch with me or send me his email that I know of. So I am going to come back in a few minutes, and we're going to do a drawing. Probably in like half an hour. I'm going to come back. I'm going to give him a little more time. I said 11 o'clock, but I don't think I'm going to be up that late tonight, to be honest. So, you know, I'll see if he contacts me in the next half hour. Wolf, where are you? Or maybe he just feels somebody else should have it. I don't know, but he's a very beautiful person. Like I said, I know. I'm acting like I know him. I don't know him, but from what he has on his comments, what he puts on comments of my videos, and he just seems like a very sweet person to do that for these dogs. So anyway, I'll be back in about a half an hour. We're going to do another drawing if I don't hear from him. So see you later.